What up, sports fans? I'm Paulo Camacho, and this is the Macho Sports Report, where I talk to you about the sports stories that matter to me, hopefully matter to you. Alright, it's been a while since I've done one of these things, so let's have a good old-fashioned rundown, shall we? Alright then, here we go! So, let's start with something simple. The 49ers and free agency. I know, saying they haven't done much is kind of the understatement of 2016. But hey, at least they locked up a significant contributor for 2015, right? I mean, they recently inked a 5-year deal with defensive tackle Ian Williams, one worth $27.5 million. So, there's the... Wait, what's that? I'm sorry, they nixed it? Oh, well, that's just great. Can't even get their in-house signings right. So apparently, Williams' ankle surgeries haven't been healing to the team's satisfaction, and the 49ers reneged on the deal after Williams failed his physical, which was totally within their right. I mean, he's not healthy, which, is kind of a prerequisite for playing professional sport, especially when that means you're investing a bunch of money in him. I'm hoping people didn't think that this was a raw deal or anything. Reneging on a deal that technically wasn't even official yet isn't something that the Niners should be criticized for. So now he's on a 1-year deal with a bunch of incentives and no guaranteed money. And the team isn't even sure that Williams will be ready for the start of the regular season. But hey, at least they have Mike Purcell, right? Oh man, this is going to be a long offseason. Then, in news that's not news because everyone saw this coming, LSU standout Ben Simmons, the highly hyped Aussie sensation, officially declared for the NBA draft last week. I mean, for a guy who was already considered a consensus #1 overall pick before the college basketball season even started, it's one of the most anticlimactic decisions of 2016. After all, the stats for the 6'10" forward speak for themselves. He racked up the third most double-doubles in the freshman season in NCAA history, tying Kevin Love's 2007-2008 season, posting 23 double-doubles for UCLA. He also averaged an impressive 19.2 points and 11.8 rebounds for the Tigers this season. But this is also a guy who didn't necessarily make his team any better. After all, the Tigers were 22-11 last season, complete with an NCAA tournament appearance. This season, LSU regressed with a 19-14 record, missing an NCAA tournament bid. In light of this, questions from the media were abound. Is Ben Simmons the kind of guy who can make his team better? Maybe. Maybe not. The college basketball world might have gotten a better look at his skill set, and Simmons himself could have honed his skills with a better program, like Duke, Kentucky, or Kansas. But Simmons went with his heart, and decided to play for his godfather, LSU assistant coach David Patrick. I mean, look, the physical gifts are obviously there for Simmons, and he'll likely impress in the months leading up to the NBA draft, a period where he can wash away the questions on his leadership and his drive to win. And whoever gets the first overall pick won't have those questions when they gladly call his name in Brooklyn. Then I have to talk about this instance of an entire city apparently kicking another while it's down. So I talked about the former St. Louis Rams moving to Los Angeles a while back, and how much of a raw deal Rams fans of Missouri got in the process. Well, apparently, an LA-based company couldn't have cared less about that fan base or their hurt feelings, because they came out with this billboard a few days ago. Yep. They're out and out saying that Los Angeles is better than St. Louis. I guess because you took the Rams back from them? Look, I can understand why people are taking sides in this apparent debate. On the one hand, this is just one city throwing shade at another for seemingly no reason. I mean, you got an NFL team back in your city. Why even fire this unprovoked shot at the city still grieving from the loss of theirs? At best, this makes the city of Los Angeles look like a bunch of petty jerks. On the other hand, Rams fans in LA probably felt like St. Louis started it. After all, it was 20 years ago that the Rams picked up and bolted for the Midwest in the first place. In their eyes, St. Louis stole the Rams from them. And this is just LA's measure of payback. I don't know though. This just seems to me like Los Angeles fans are attacking St. Louis fans that had nothing to do with taking the Rams from them to begin with. It would be like if Vivek Ranadive decided to take the Kings franchise back to Kansas City, where they previously resided back in 1985. And Kansas City fans decided to throw shade at Kings fans like myself, who, by the way, was barely a year old when they moved to Sacramento. I mean, why do we do this to each other as sports fans anyway? I don't know. Just bad form, Los Angeles. Not cool. Anyway, that's all I got. But I want to hear from you. Will the 49ers make any big free agent moves this offseason? Or do you even want them to? How do you think Ben Simmons will fare in the NBA? And what do you think about the Los Angeles versus St. Louis shade war? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm Paulo Camacho, and this has been the Macho Sports Report. Peace out, sports fans!